Alright, let's go back to the second session of our chapter 1. I hope you had a great time watching the chapter 0 and you had the pleasure of watching the chapter 1. It's a little different because we are, after all, poets, and poets must have romanticism one way or another. At the end of the day, why cherish life if you not have a little bit of romanticism in it? It is beautiful things in there, after all. So fundamentally, chapter 1 is a little different because the primal verses themselves were written over 20 years. And as I evolved as a writer, or whatever I was at that time, things were different then, but they were still meaningful to this day, to some regard. So chapter 1 is basically in honor of the humbleness of just having fun and enjoying life, to experience the concepts of love and puzzle of love and all that basic exploration. And I want you to understand that the books themselves is not called primal chapters, even though you can see chapters there. They call primal verses. And I'm not trying to say that these chapters of mine are the final product or the final opinion. This is not dogmatic ways of thinking. It's rather this is just an expression or ideas that I put regards to this chapter. Puzzle of love is something that I and many perhaps struggle, and I did not love because I knew down the line love will come later. At first, when we're young, we struggle with it. Relationships tend to not last. Relationships are complicated. It's just youth, so to speak. What we perceive love could be lust. What we perceive love could be loneliness. There are many things to explore, and I want you to express your opinion about what your verse would be for Puzzle of Love, because everyone, billions of you out there, I'm sure, have their own experience in life with regards to love. And that's why an opportunity for you to go to Primal Verses, register and write your Primal Verses of your own for the Puzzle of Love. I'm sure you have your inner experience that you can share, as long as you follow the structure. That's one of the rules of this, because it makes you structure and think about it, rather just write some snippets of poetry, which is, of course, is a free will for others to do, but not for this particular system. Because I, as a software engineer and just being around computers for too long, I think, I believe that structure, it makes art more interesting. Limitations, restrictions, and things like that, parameters are good to explore. So we'll have a little more fun with the chapter 1 because it's less serious and we can blaze through it. I think the art, the videos themselves came out pretty good. It was not the latest technology that was available to me at that time, and I'm sure we can come back and make it better. But that is the story for another time, and there's so many things to do, and chapters takes a while to create. But in general, I try to capture one of the puzzle of love, and you can have your own. And I'm also a note, yes, I have a lot of the angelic and demonic symbology here, but in general, it's just more fun to work with this type of contents, I guess you can say. It gives more freedom of expression, not always being bound by reality, so it's all the fun. So don't think of it as realistic. More, sometimes certain chapters are not as meant to be, especially this one. This is more honor to me as a poet, as a, feeling of your heart and expressing the written words. But you too can write your own words in your own way with regards to Puzzle of Love. So, the dreams of you are scattered. I wish I'd never have to dream, for my soul can be with thee forever. Angel's dream. So in here, it is the angel that is dreaming about another angel, the dream, the scattered. All of this is just an expression of how we can give meaning when we are in love to soul and bond and soulmates, so to speak. It's very classical in some sense, very easy to understand that what we're trying to accomplish. Okay. Why have you charmed my soul? What purpose do I serve you? How easily my heart is dominated, my aching to my angels see. So again, continuation with the angels. I'm basically exploring the angels in love, so to speak. Chapter 1, the puzzle of love. The winds of dreams are bending me to feel my own will, but the will of mine is trapped inside your heart. How can I think without the vision of your eyes that pierce my mind to weep of how I miss thee? Again, it's the same continuation of thought. Basically how the love can bend our desires, the understanding about life, what is important about life, the feelings and the heart, the aching of it. If you meet the right person, all of those things become relevant to you in the moment. What about a couple months or years will be of that falling in love? The passion, dream, and hope are no longer my thoughts, but emotions that consume me of you. And there is a kind of like an easier observation you can have, that when I was writing these early chapters, after the big foundation of the paragraph, the stanza and the third stanza, the fourth one would always have the three notations that I'm trying to explore, and you can clearly see it here: the passion, dream, and hope. The passion for love, the dream that you will be longing together, the future, and the hope, well, life will be happy ever, forever. Your divinity tears me apart, and flames seduce my mind to touch and taste your lips and hold your precious body while whispering three words. It comes back to the passion that we're exploring in the stanza, and you can see the paradigm. This is not a perfect chapter. It doesn't follow the proper structure, but it's okay. This is what early works, and we always honor our prior efforts, but it's okay. So it's just basic meanings here: to touch and taste your lips. It's the concept of passion. It's very tactile, and whispering three words, whatever that may be for you. How do I begin to express the magic which is gifted to me through you? In the stars, in the wind, and in my voice, all shall feel its sadness, like tears that disappear in the wind. So it's the dream of expressing that love magic, and how you can express it to the one what you love. But since it's the puzzle of love, we are getting to the topic like tears that disappear in the wind. It's a premonition of things to come. And I really like the whole concept of tears and winds and disappearing. It's kind of a very human thing. So you'll see some of that in general in my singing and in my lyrics and poems. I'm a big fan of Blade Runner. That's why, anyways, not that you care. Night terrors has concealed my vision, and I have lost the sound of your voice. Deaf and blind, I'll drift the world toward the moments of no return, where I can only feel your imminence. And that's the hope. The hope is dying. The night terror has concealed my vision. And then, if you watch the video, you can see what is all of this about. The moments have no return, where I can only feel your imminence. Sometimes love doesn't always need to have a happy ending. Sometimes it is just that tragic, and life moves on. My breath will fade away, but my memories and love of mine can never perish while you endure. Sometimes we play the sacrifice. Sometimes we play the hero. And in this one, we surely do. It's been a long time since I wrote this, but the general theme of Puzzle of Love is here. And if you're reading the book with me, you'll know that your path is your own, and you continue. So if you chose the chapter 1 and didn't follow the instructions, congratulations. Congratulations, you are your own soul path. And perhaps this will be a good time to talk about soul paths, but we'll talk about it in a different topic. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a really simple one, but it's not part of the soul path. It's something for myself as a poet. Again, check out the Patreon of Primal Verse, and don't forget to go primalverses.com to join. And you can find download an app. Thank you again. I'll see you next time.